everyone, and welcome to live coverage of round 3 of the day here for the British Touring Car Championship. Never run so hard in my life. Here's the grid. Row 1, Senna Proctor and Ash Sutton. Row 2, Stephen Jelly and Gordon Shedden. Row 3 is Aidan Moffat. And row 4, alongside row 3, Jake Hill. Row 4 is Adam Morgan and Dan Rowbottom. Row 5, Rory Butcher and Tom Ingram. Row 6 on the grid sees Carl Bordley alongside Colin Turkington. Row 7, Chris Smiley is alongside Tom Chilton. Chilton actually moving up to 13th. Smiley starting in 14th place. Further down the order, Sam Osborne is in 16th. Taylor Smith is in 17th. Row 9, Jack Butel and Jason Plato. Row 10 is Sam Schmeldt and Jade Edwards. Row 11, Dan Lloyd alongside Jack Mitchell. Row 12 is Ricky Paffett and Nicholas Hamilton. And then further down, row 13, Jack Goff and Ollie Jackson. And row 14, Josh Cook alongside Tom Oliphant, who will not start this race after what happened earlier on. I think Oliphant is actually going to start from pit lane, I'm being told in my ear. So Tom Oliphant will start this race, but he will start it from pit lane. Beautiful, beautiful news we're hearing then. Hello everybody, welcome to the QuickFit British Touring Car Championship. I'm sorry that took so long, and relax, as Josh Play says. I've literally just finished, if you followed me over, I've just finished the last race from the race 2 of the day, and now we're immediately in to the third race. So I have literally lost my breath as I've had to run up to the control centre, put the live pictures on the box and run back down to the live control centre. 15 laps ahead of us then. Senna Prox on 15 kilograms of ballast, 21 for Sutton, Jelly 27, 33 Shedden, 39 Moffat, 48 Hill, 57 Morgan, 66 Rowbottom, 75 for Butcher, 9 as well on the back of the grid. So, as I regain my breath, this is the one that Megan should have come back into, at the moment. Hello to Josh Plays, who says, and relax. Are we on the right stream? Yes, we are. Round 12 of the QuickFit British Touring Car Championship is coming your way. And I think, actually, right now, we can take a look over and join the telemetry. We will have the live timing for this race as well. As they line up, I'm doing races back to back to back today, and it's exhausting. But here we go then. For one last time, here today, the QuickFit British Touring Car Championship will get going, and the race will be underway. 15 laps ahead of us. Hopefully going to be an exciting one as well for when this race eventually goes green. And Jack Goff right at the back of the grid after contact as well with Josh Cook in race 2. And Tom Oliphant, and he's not actually starting from the pit lane, he's starting on the grid. Brilliant news to see Tom Oliphant. Okay, it's the QuickFit British Touring Car Championship, round 12 from Oulton Park. It's the last race of the day. 5 red lights are on. Senna Proctor on pole, Sutton alongside. All 5 lights are on. Lights out, race on. Good start from Sutton. Good, better start though from Stephen Jelly. Down towards turn 1. Proctor has the inside line. Sutton trying to sweep round the outside. They're side by side as they go through the old loop down now towards as well the avenue into Denton's and Cascades. Sutton on the inside takes the lead into Cascades, and Proctor down into second place as well. Big spinner Sam Osborne. He's spinning in the middle of the track. It's going to cause an all-call. We've got contact. Several cars in the gravel trap. Osborne's off as well. We've got many cars off. This will have to be a red flag. No way around it. Safety car deployed. But Plato to 17th. It's Osborne involved as well. And surely, we've got Jack Mitchell out. We've got the 96 Jack Butel out. Sam Osborne was the spinner involved in that one. We've got several cars in the gravel trap as well. And surely this will have to be another red flag. But they're going to try and clear it onto the safety car. First safety car of the day. Oh, and Jade Edwards is off. Jade Edwards is out of the race as well. And it's a red flag, ladies and gentlemen. It's our 4th red flag of the day in the British Touring Car Championship. And it is our 3rd red flag of the day in the commentary here on YouTube. So it's after all that running, red flag on lap 1 of 15. Are you kidding me? A 4-car pileup has brought out the red flag. So, here we go again then. Actually, Jack Butel limping. I don't like to see that. Hopefully he'll be okay. Cars coming to the grid, look, as you can see, to take another restart procedure. Oh, well, here we go again then. We'll get it all over again. Another lights to flag. Trying to find out who's involved. It looks like, yeah, Jade Edwards in 20th, Lloyd, Mitchell, Paffett, Hamilton, Goff, Jackson, Cook, Oliphant, all slipping down the order at the moment. So another red flag here. And I am honestly nearly done with today. Lap 1 of 15, so it will be a total restart, but more time to cover. Let's take another look at it then. So Sam Osborne goes, he gets a tap from the back of Chris Smiley, goes spinning off into the gravel, comes back on. Plato, for the second time today, he hit the back of Jade Edwards. Jade goes back into the gravel trap. She's just beached, though, so maybe she can restart this race. Here's another view at the start. Lights out, good reaction time. Great reactions, actually, from Senna Proctor and from Ash Sutton as they came back down towards turn 1. They're still side by side. Now, let's take a look, actually. Is this a manoeuvre further back? Where's the contact with... There! Yeah, so Smiley hits the side. Yeah, Smiley hits the side of Osborne, and Osborne starts spinning down the hill. Plato hits Jade Edwards, and then that was a separate incident, and then we just had a kamikaze effect come through, as well as Sam Osborne came back onto the track and collected the Jack Mitchell and Jack Butel, and Osborne's out of the race as well. So red flag, once again. Second live race we've done of the touring cars today. Our second red flag of the day. Multiple red flags here at Oulton today as well across the series. Had a red flag at the Hungarian Grand Prix for F1. Oh, you just can't write this stuff, can you? You absolutely cannot. Let's go back up then to main pictures as well with the graphics. Well, Jack Butel's car is immediately being taken off as well. And he's on board with Tom Oliphant. This is on board with Oliphant. Let's have a look at Oliphant, what he made of all this. Down towards turn 1. 4 or 5 cars shift abreast down to T1. The race started 11 minutes past the hour, so that was quite lucky, wasn't it, to get on with everything. What's Oliphant's sign of all this then? Oh, he just sees a massive lock-up and decides, nope, not today. Oh, Oliphant just missed Sam Osborne by inches. So we've got a red flag, and the race will be reduced to 12 laps. So the race is now going to be reduced to 12 laps. A whole new race coming up for you, folks. As everyone just piled in behind. Cold tyres, cold brakes, kamikaze, Jackson getting hit multiple times. And a whole mammoth 5 cars involved. And bringing out the red flag. I tell you what, it's hot with this on as well. And it's been a hot and sweaty day in the commentary box. I'll be taking this off later, replacing it for the shield. So if you don't mind, I'm going to sit down. Actually, what I would love to know is, we don't, so that's unfortunate. But red flag then here for the Quick Fit British Touring Car Championship. And let's take another look at the start then. Different angle. Sutton got the lead. We won't have that back again. Look at that big spin from Osborne further back on the field. And look, everyone now starts to brake, panic. Cook gets spun round by Jack Mitchell. Mitchell hits into the back then again. Jackson, Goff all through the gravel trap. Basically, Osborne came back on the track and then just wiped everybody out and just caused a mother and father of an accident. So, yeah, I have to delay that one, I'm afraid. So another delay, another red flag. And we need a break up here in the comms box. I can tell you that right now as well. Hopefully we're going to find one for you and show you something that we haven't already seen, because this red flag isn't going to take that long to close back up again. So I'm trying to find something that we can show you in terms of filler content while I go get some new water and refresh under the red flag as well. And I'm nearly there, nearly there actually, because we had some delayed things for Eiffel because we knew it was going to be under a red flag. There's what I'm looking for. And I found it now as well. So while we go back in time as well, I don't actually know if this is going to work, so that's even worse. Yeah, it's massively misshapen. And that's annoying, actually. So I'm going to show you a feature, and the feature is just massively corrupted. And I can't fix it while we're on air. So that's really. I'll tell you what, I'll add the camera, and then you can see what I'm trying to do. Actually, I've just thought of something else that we can show, if I find it. So yeah, this is the life, by the way, of a commentator for Formula 1 and British touring cars and everything. You have no idea what is going to happen next and where you're going to be needed to be, where you're going to have to be as well. And it sneaks up on you. It really does. So as I'll mute that for myself because I don't need to hear that. So, red flag out after a nasty incident. The cars are just now getting restarted. As we will get... there it is. Brilliant, that's what I'm looking for. And hopefully this one's right. That's just the race it is. Okay, right, we're off for a quick break then here because we need to regroup, get everything together, get some more water. Red flag's going to be out for a while. So, let's take a look then at another feature. We've had a lot of delays this weekend. Another feature to show you. If you're interested in esport racing, then tonight on the Twitch channel of BBB Esports, we get underway for our third season of the Champion Series and the first one on F1 2021. This is just a snippet of some of the action we have in esports. This is the race leader pits. Benny Callag's up to second place. He's got past Mohamed Utas. And now the question is Benny Callag going to have the toe as a yellow third sector's come out? Why? I'm not sure. Will this affect? Yes, Benny Callag leads from Mohamed Utas. And leaving the pit lane is Ali Quay. So he's down to third place, but he's on the soft tyres. He'll be much, much faster. And Ali Quay might get back up into second place here. And he will. But you heard it as well. We'll just play Ali's radio quickly because he's talking with a message, I believe, for Benny Callag.
I'm coming for you, Benny.
Ali's on his way for Benny. Here we go. It's 2 weeks ago. Over again. The battle now. 5 seconds. Ali Quay on brand new soft compound tyres. Benny Callag 5 lap on medium tyres. He is a lot slower than Ali in the Ferrari. This is the battle for the victory of the French Grand Prix. Oh, 131, 883. Ali Quay is showing he means business. Beat that, he says. Oh, how was that not contact? And Benny Callag's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. The race win surely goes to Ali Quay, who now only has to keep A within 3 seconds and B on the road at all times. Penultimate lap. Oh, but look at Ali. He's over 3 seconds. Benny Callag responding. Benny Callag is responding. 3.1 seconds. It might not have all been. It might not be over yet. If Ali's inside 3 seconds, regardless across the line, he's the winner. There's your maths for you. If he's outside that time, we have to wait to call it. It's a combination of Japan 94 and it seems Silverstone 98. We don't know across the line what's the winner going to be. It's been a crazy French Grand Prix. It's about to get even crazier. Benny Callag crosses the line in first place. The question is, has he won from Ali Quay, who crosses the line? Ali Quay wins! 2.509 seconds! Benny Callag defeated! Ali Quay wins the French Grand Prix! 2.509 seconds! Ferrari win! Renault second! He did it at the line! Fabulous! What a race! And let's hear from our race winner!
Woohoo! Yes! Yes!
You can hear how much it means to him as well. The penalties applied. Benny Callag finishes second. It was a 6-second added on. 2.509 seconds. Ali Quay. It's 25 points. It narrows the gap just to Benny Callag. But most importantly, It is a race win at last! For the first time this year, he defeats Benny and becomes our fourth different winner. Welcome back, everybody. I've had to switch from a headset to a handheld mic, at least for a while, because let me tell you, I've had those headphones on non-stop since about 1:55 UK time, across F1 red flags, multiple red flags as well in the British Touring Car Championship, and I just cannot take it anymore. So off come the headset for a couple of minutes. We're about 5 minutes until the red flag will be rescinded and the session will restart. It will be a 12-lap race, so exactly the same distance as what we saw in race number 2 that you literally just saw a couple of moments ago here on the channel. It's been pretty much non-stop all day. Understandably so, the F1 Hungarian Grand Prix review show is delayed. And it will be on, I think, at 10:45 this evening, British Summer Time. Myself and Megan will be hosting that at 10:45 tonight. Why are you wearing McLaren? Well, it's not in terms of, it's not supporting McLaren, it's just because it's orange. The entire UK motorsport community sort of been asked to wear something, at least something orange today, as tribute to the very brave men and women, marshals, who support this track after the horrific accident yesterday at Brands Hatch, which sadly took a life of one of the marshals. So we've been wearing something orange. We've got orange. I've wearing an orange shirt, the only one I've got. Ian Birch has worn a orange mic shield on his headphones. And Megan earlier on as well was wearing a orange blouse as well. Just a little tribute there to the marshals who do this job for free, of course, and put themselves in the firing line. And sadly, one of them was killed yesterday, protecting us and protecting the drivers as well. And without the marshals, we can't go racing. So it's their passion, it's our passion, and they're braver than I to do that as well. And honestly, it's just a small little tribute to the men and women in orange around the entire world who marshal racing events as well. So it's Wear Orange today as well. And also with the orange hearts that have been going around on social media as well. And Alice Powell set up a Just Giving page as well for the family of the marshal affected yesterday. So it's just a nice little tribute to tipping the cap to the marshals out there. There's a black shirt I've got and a nice orange shirt on as well today. And it was nothing to do with Max Verstappen. It was nothing to do with McLaren. It's literally just orange for the marshals, which have been in everybody's thoughts today as well, and continue to do so. I'll take this time as well to say congratulations to Jack Aitken as well on what will be a speedy recovery, and I'm very glad that he's alive. That's what I'm saying, congratulations, because it was a nasty accident. Nothing left of his Lamborghini after it was piled into at the Spa 24 Hours yesterday afternoon as well. And he's got a cracked vertebrae and a broken collarbone and some bruising, but he should be okay. And it's very good news. And sending best wishes as well to his friends and family, and of course to his partner Alex Thompson as well. The amount of orange hearts I've done over the Twitter in the last 24 hours, yeah, exactly. So it's unbelievable. It's just a nice little tribute to the marshals who put their life on the line for us, and to know that we do think about them as well. And that's why the orange shirts are on today as well. And I'm going to make it my mission now to buy a proper orange shirt and try and wear it more often as well throughout. I mean, Jamie Clarkson had one a couple of years ago on Top Gear. Do you remember? About 2008, 2009, he had a nice orange shirt. Yeah, it's good. Brad saying, do you think it's fair Mercedes are going to win the championship by constantly crashing into Red Bull? You cannot blame what happened today on anybody, and not at all, because Norris came across the front of Bottas in the Formula 1 race, and that disrupted it. He locked up, he aquaplaned as well into the back of Norris. Norris was the one who hit the two Red Bulls, and then Bottas admittedly did hit Perez, but today was a wrong call. It was a wrong call for Michael Masi to start the race with 5 red lights on that track. It was way too slippery. It was always going to happen, and I don't blame anybody for that. What was really bizarre was the fact that only Lewis Hamilton took the restart on the grid. Everybody else left away as well. in the pit lane. So we had 3 race starts, 2 on the grid. One of them was only Lewis Hamilton on their grid, a 1-car, 5-light start. And then we saw eventually the race get underway in the pit lane with Russell leading out, and then it became Esteban Ocon when Russell was told to drop back. But the race is restarting then here for the Quick Fit British Touring Car Championship. Josh Play says, I've changed my profile pics except this one. No worries at all, and that's why I've been wearing orange all day. So let's give you the grid then, and I'll swap back over to the headset. That has got so much sweat in it at the moment, and he's wiping. That's why it's off the head at the moment. And clean up. I think a haircut is in position for MotoGP's resumption next weekend in Austria. But the cars are leaving the grid then, which is the great news, and we'll take this opportunity to switch over and give you the grid. So row 1 sees Senna Proctor on pole position. Alongside him on the first row is Ashley Sutton. Row 2 sees Stephen Jelly alongside Gordon Shedden. The third row of the grid sees Aidan Moffat and Jake Hill. Row 4, Adam Morgan and Dan Rowbottom. Row 5, Rory Butcher and Tom Ingram. Row 6 sees Carl Bordley alongside Colin Turkington. Row 7 sees Tom Chilton alongside Chris Smiley. Row 8 is Sam Osborne and Aaron Taylor-Smith. Row 9, Jack Butel and Jason Plato. And on row 10, it is Sam Schmeltz and Jade Edwards does take the restart from the gravel trap. Dan Lloyd is starting in P21 on row 11 alongside Jack Mitchell. Doesn't take the restart, I don't think. Ricky Paffett is in 23rd, Nick Hamilton 24th. 25th on the grid and 26th is Jack Goff and Ollie Jackson starting on row 13. And Josh Cook and Tom Oliphant starts row 14 off the grid as well. Don't think Sam Osborne will take the restart though. At the moment, that's the grid from the previous one. Brad saying Brad saying 100% Bottas' fault. He braked too late. You can see Norris brake much earlier than Bottas. Yes, Norris sort of had to brake because he had Perez and Verstappen and Hamilton turning in on him. But if you look on the replay, Bottas was already aquaplaning on the rears locked and the front locked, and he's aquaplaned into him. And also, are you gonna? Does that mean that Lance Stroll just casually drove into the side of Charles Leclerc? And all the other accidents happened on lap 1? No, it was aquaplaning, Brad. It was complete aquaplaning into turn 1. They had zero control because there were separate accidents as well. Stroll into the clear was separate. Bottas into Bottas into Norris was a separate accident as well. Can we get through without a red, please, says Josh. Yeah, I hope so. Keep your fingers crossed that we're going to get this one green. The ballast, Proctor 15, Sutton 21, Jelly 27, Shedden 33, Moffat 39, Hill 48, Morgan 57, Rowbottom 66, Butcher 75, and Ingram on 9. But yeah, if it was a penalty though, Brad, it would have been investigated by the stewards and a penalty would have been given to Valtteri Bottas for the next race in Belgium. Nothing was investigated, I don't think, or we could have said something after the race, wasn't it? But so we'll keep an eye on that, actually. But I know the pit lane starts where a lot of them were under investigation as well. Technically, you shouldn't be able to do that. Go into the pit lane on a formation lap and start from the pit lane. Because so many cars did that. I think they're going to loosen that. I don't think they're going to tighten that rule that you must start on the grid. Because that felt like a Degrassi move in what we saw in Formula E last weekend. Okay then, folks. Strap yourselves in once again. What is it? Our 5th start of the day for the touring cars. We're only supposed to have 3 races. But here we go. Our 5th start. Dan Rowbottom taking up his position as well. Alongside him is Adam Morgan. Further back as well. 7th and 8th on the grid. The 4th row back there as well. Right. Let's have another go then. And keep your fingers crossed. We are going to have a clean run. That is the one that is more crucial. Fingers crossed then. 12 laps ahead of us then for round 12 of the Quick Fit British Touring Car Championship. It is the restart. A whole new race ahead of us as well. Green flag at the back. 5 red lights are on. Let's have another go. Away! Great start once again from Ash Sutton. Senna Proctor slow away. Should have the inside line though down towards turn 1. It's the way the track curves. Sutton tries to go around the outside. Stephen Jelly coming through there again as well. And Sutton gets spun round. And he's in the middle of the pack. And we've had it again. Oh, several cars bumping over. But nobody managed to have a massive contact. Sutton goes right to the back of the field. And are we all going to get through cleanly? No. As Ash Sutton is spun again by his own teammates. And Sutton in the gravel down at Dentons and Cascades. It's race 1 all over again. Ash Sutton getting punched and kicked left, right and centre. The race continues without a red flag. It's Senna Proctor leading from Stephen Jelly in second. 3 abreast further back as well. As a Moffat trying to hold through, getting on the inside of Adam Morgan, bumping wheels. Morgan gets forced over the chicane, goes wide as well. And Hislops. Oh, it's all chaos, all drama everywhere. So Sutton's... Oh, that's Josh Cook. Josh Cook in the gravel. Josh Cook in the gravel. My goodness me. Yeah, is it Jade Edwards as well? Yeah, Edwards down into last place. So I'm trying to have a look where Josh Cook is. He's up to 19th. Ingram's down the order as well. I think Jade Edwards gone for a second trip in the gravel today. As Ingram now siding by with... Rory Butcher, yellow second sector. Can't see who it is just yet. Not showing up on the monitor. As they all try and desperately get through. Up through now. The last corner of Lodge into Deer Leap. And it's Hill and Ingram's dropped down to 17th place. Is Ingram out? What's happened to Ingram? So yeah, it's Jade Edwards has gone down. Sutton, Osborne, Butel, Mitchell, Hamilton all down. Yellow flags in the second sector as well. Oh, and that's Ash Sutton out of the race. Sutton out of the race and walking back with the race going on. Marshall's there as well, so no need for a safety car, but that is a bit spicy for my liking. Is Ingram in the pit lane as well with fire on his brakes. And there's grass somewhere along the line as well. Oh, bumping and balling. Carl Border getting hit from Chris Smiley. And coming in there, and Taylor Smith and Dan Lloyd. All coming together as they down the hill into the Hislop chicane. Smiley keeping through on the inside. Taylor Smith getting a bump. Boldly getting a bump from Lloyd. Taylor Smith getting hit from the side of Lloyd as well. Green flags back out on the track, so they've recovered Sutton's car. So the championship contender out of the race already. And Ingram right down to the back as well as Jade Edwards down into 23rd position. The cars highlighted are out of the race. Sutton, Osborne out there as well. Yellow flag on the start of the new start as well as... That is Jelly getting past as well as all sorts of mayhem backs there. And Sutton was completely out of the race. He got tagged from Moffat, but Sutton had a broken rear suspension anyway, so Sutton was always going to be out of this race. You can see with the driver tracker as well and everything else. So yeah, Ingram in the pits. Yep, we saw that. So Ingram in the pits. As Lloyd dives up the inside of Aaron Taylor-Smith, down to the first corner at Old Hall, down the avenue as well. Taylor-Smith blocking the inside line for all it's worth. Very contact in manoeuvres here as Aaron is blocking the inside line. Aaron Smith, it used to be back in 2013, then he got married and he and his wife decided to double barrel their names. So it's Aaron Taylor-Smith now. I like it actually, it's interesting to call. A lot of bumping and balling in the island bend as well as Plato in the middle of it as always. He's got, who's Plato got alongside him? Jack Goff and Josh Cook side by side. So there's one of these two going to end up in the wall as well. Plato been very argy-bargy today. He spun off Tom Oliphant this morning. Then he spun off this afternoon Jade Edwards in the first race. And that's Jack Goff going off in the gravel. Josh Cook forcing him off wide. Goff coming back on into the path of Tom Oliphant as they come up Halewood Hill. Through the hilltop as well. Yeah, that's through the hilltop as well. Through Clay Hill and Knickerbrook. Before this is Druids and Warwick Bridge, named after Derek Warwick. And the last corner, Lodge. For the little jump at the top of the start line is Deer Leap. You can tell why it's called Deer Leap. It feels like a deer jumping over the top as well as they keep hounding everybody down. More. That's all they want. More. Time. Find the power, find the time, find the battles. As I think we've frozen actually at the moment in a very strange angle. So hopefully we're still broadcasting to you. And apologies for the momentary breakup of your transmission. It is lap 4 of 12. There's a little bit of an encoder error. It's gone now, so that's a bit of an energy spike. So apologies for the breakup there. It's lap 4 of 12 here for the Quick Fit British Touring Car Championship. You're back with us. Do not adjust your sets. As Proctor leads by 1.5 seconds to Jelly. Then it's Shedden, Moffat, Morgan, Rowbottom down into 6th place as well. So keeping it into calm, cool positions. Now Jake Hill on the back of for 6th place on Dan Rowbottom as they come up the hill. Clay Hill before coming into Druids. Let's have another replay of the start. Great initial launch by Ash Sutton, but in the second phase, because the track curves, it gives an advantage back to Senna Proctor into turn 1. Proctor turns in, Sutton doesn't give him any room, and it was a disappearing wedge for both of them. I'm not sure what the problem was there, actually. I can't see that Proctor would get a penalty for that one, to be fair. It was 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. So it's a difficult manoeuvre. Yes, Josh, we are back. Sorry, momentary break-up there as well. The power having a little spike in the equipment. It's been on all day, so it needs a relax, and we will relax it after this. Trust me, we've got an esport race later on at 9 o'clock British Summer Time as well, and I think at 6:30 you can join us for the on Grid Ranking as well, the Grid Network, for the review of today's actions, as that's Tom Chilton having to hold off as well of Colin Turkington. It suddenly got very dark over here at Oulton Park. Air temperature at 17.9 degrees, truck temperature 27 degrees, so it should be okay. Ingram with the fastest lap at 1:26.026, so Tom's fighting back as we see Butcher, followed by Tom Chilton and Colin Turkington all running together trying to get back. This is for 8th place. They've left Hill by about a second, so Hill's a second ahead at the moment. So keep your fingers crossed as well that this is going to be a good race, and a clean race is what you want. Hope you do all like the driver tracker edition as well, that we'll have for the remainder of the season. Start to the race and end of the race, it comes back to me in a red flag, obviously, but yeah, we've been trying to get it implemented for ages now. I can't remember if we had it last time I had it Brands. I don't think we did. Holding together. Hold back the river is what everybody wants to say at the moment. They do not want any rain and have to change tyres as we're halfway in the race. But it has got very dark as Dan Lloyd slips up the inside of Aaron Taylor-Smith down at turn 1 at Old Hall and into the avenue as well. So the rain cloud's coming in. We'll keep an eye on that and see if it distributes anywhere else. And still 1.958 seconds the gap to the front at the moment. As Butcher having to defend hard from Chilton. Chilton and Turkington at the island bend, taking very tight inside lines, and Chilton now has got a run at the exit on Rory Butcher. Does he have the manoeuvre down the hill? Butcher, he's still defending. Chilton looks to the inside. Turkington now looks to the outside of Chilton, but they all back out of it through the chicane area as fear of contact probably wants to keep them. Chris Smiley still running up. We're on board with Chris Smiley, looking ahead to Colin Turkington. If you're watching along with us here in the UK, if you're watching anywhere else in the world, welcome to the edition of the Driver Tracker, so you can follow what's going on and radio coverage. TSLtiming.com if you want all this information for yourself, by the way. It's a fantastic information box to have. You get classification, tracking, weathers, and the stats as well. And the weather at the moment is showing that the rainfall is here. It is raining. 1.2 millimetres of rain is on the track at the moment. The track temperature has dropped to 26.7 degrees. Their temperature remaining the same. So the rain cloud's coming in as Josh Cook dives through on Aaron Taylor-Smith. Aaron still trying to hold and find a way through somewhere on the track. And still, it's just keeping it together. Josh Plays has tweeted me as well. And yes, rain clouds are around as well. So this is even getting even more interesting. Thank you for that. From the Met Office as well. As we'll get through on everything else on Twitter following this. Edward Hunter saying that the orange shirt was a kiss of death for McLaren today. Jason Plato, we cut to him diving off the inside now of Aaron Taylor-Smith. So Plato goes into 15th. Taylor-Smith down now, the order. Running back up. I like this. This is good racing. Lap 7 of 12. Track limits turn 1. Black and white flag for car 16 out there as well. So, again, more failures. That's Aidan Moffat's car, who's running in 4th at the moment. So he's going to be given the black and white flag. As Turkington looks to the inside of a damaged Rory Butcher's car. Butcher got side pod damage. Bit more now. Turkington got a great run out of Lodge up into Dia Leap. And Turkington goes through. Butcher's slowing now massively. Butcher with a lot of damage to the rear bodywork of that car. Chilton coming through now as well. Dan Lloyd down into... I think he's up into 12th actually. He's just passed. Yes. Having a look at it. Yes, Lloyd has passed Carl Boardley. So Lloyd now up into 12th. Boardley down to 13th. It's lap 8 of 12. Rain cloud just above the Island Bend, but it's not going to go anywhere. Chilton now goes to the outside of Rory Butcher, down towards Island Bend. Cuts back in behind. Looks to the inside again. Butcher's got that one covered. Chris Smiley looking to the outside now of Tom Chilton. Cuts back to the inside. Chilton blocks the door. Butcher blocks the door on Chilton as well. They're all side by side. 3 abreast now. Down in towards Hislops. And Chilton has the inside line and goes through. Butcher can do nothing about it. And Boardley now just has to sort of sit back and cross his hands. That's just Chris Smiley, who touches the back once again of Butcher. So there's more bodywork damage. It's the rear bodywork that is absolutely broken off the back of Butcher. So it shouldn't affect the car. It's just bodywork, cosmetic damage that they've got to hold on to. It's 1.2 millimetre of rain out there now as well. That's going to be affecting them an awful lot throughout this race, because the track gets that shine to it, and you get psychological rain. Dive up the inside as well. Josh Cook getting a move on Boardley. Has he done it? And yeah, Cook goes through, Smith through as well. Side by side further ahead. Smiley passes Butcher. Cook has passed Boardley. And now Dan Lloyd goes through on the inside of Rory Butcher for 11th place. So Butcher hemorrhaging positions right now. A lot of damage, Josh Play says, and says also no problem. He has a lot of damage. It's rubbing on the wheel arch, I think, as well. He's losing a lot of time. Cook now going round the outside. Oh, and Lloyd thought of a move. Down to turn 1. Smiley's got damage on his front as well. Something's off there. Oh, Butcher in a battle. Josh Cook trying to go around the outside. Banging wheels and doors. And there's still Laser Tools Racing right behind them as well. Butcher holding off. Cook goes through. Boardley's in there as well. Plato looking to the inside. Butcher holding off Cook nicely through the chicane. It's Hislops through Knickerbrook. Rain coming down again. You can see it. Plato hits the Armco barrier on the inside as well. So maybe that's how Butcher did the damage to the rear of the car. Lap 9 of 12. Not bad running here, actually. We may have had a red flag, but... off! Big off! Oh, no! Out goes Rory Butcher! Rory Butcher out, Carl Boardley out. They've both hit the wall hard. Full throttle, Boardley now. And Butcher off. This will be another red flag, I think. The tyre barriers are damaged. Safety car surely coming out as well. Yellow sector 3. So we had, yellow sector 3 as well. So what happened was, we had a look. Butcher got collected by Aidan Moffat. Moffat just flew off into the wall. No, Boardley flew off into the wall. Red flag. Red flag. Lap 10 of 12. That's it. Race over. Another red flag as Hill goes on the inside of Turkington into the chicane. But that's it. Red flag. Race over. Race over. So the red flag is out. They've all seen it. Once again on lap 10 of 12 here. Our third red flag of the day. Our second red flag here in race 3. Yeah, as soon as you mentioned red flag, well, it had to be because the tyre barrier is damaged. Carl Boardley in the Laser Tools Racing is getting taken out of the car. He's okay. Rory Butcher's driver's door's open. He looks okay, but the tyres are completely damaged. And it has to be a red flag. Oulton Park has been an absolute mess today. I'm counting, what's that, 5 or 6 red flags across all the series. Boardley's very much there. And it's a checkered flag, with the race being decided on lap 9. The race is over. Senna Proctor wins round 12 of the Quid Fit British Touring Car Championship. Rory Butcher claps. A sarcastic clap there to... that wasn't sarcastic, actually. I think that was a congratulations as well to the fact that Carl Boardley got... No, it wasn't, actually. Yeah, Butcher's not angry with Boardley at all. I think that's a clap there from Rory Butcher to Senna Proctor for winning the race, or that everyone's out of the car okay. Wow, so we've had 3 red flags today in the touring cars. 1 in race 1 and 2 in race 3. Race 2 was completely uneventful, but 2 red flags today in race 3. Let's take a look at this because we're on board when it happened. So going through. Oh, and Boardley has a suspension failure, goes full throttle, and just wipes out Rory Butcher coming through Druids. So it's up Clay Hill, suspension fails on Boardley's car, cuts across the inside of the grass and whacks into the side. Yeah, it's completely whacks into the side of Rory Butcher. So they're not going to restart the race. The race is over. We've had 2 red flags already. Lap 9 will be the finisher, which means it is Senna Proctor who has won from Stephen Jelly second. 3 different winners today. That's great news. Gordon Sheridan is third. 4th for Aidan Moffat. 5th for Adam Morgan. Dan Rowbottom 6th. Jake Hill 7th. Colin Turkington 8th. Tom Chilton 9th. Chris Smiley goes into 10th place. Dan Lloyd 11th. Josh Cook is 12th. Jason Plato 13th. Tom Oliphant is 14th. Aaron Taylor-Smith 15th. Jack Goff is 16th. 17th for Ollie Jackson, 18th for Sam Schmelz, 19th for Gary Paffett, Jade Edwards is 20th, and Tom Ingram is 21st. Sutton, Osborne, Butel, Mitchell, Hamilton, Butcher, and Boardley all out of this race. Senna Proctor wins again in the Quick Fit British Touring Car Championship, and if I take a look here, correct me if I'm wrong, that could be his second win of the year. I'm trying to have a look down the other. Senna Proctor. No, it's his first win of the year. He won last year, didn't he? In 2020. But that's it. And the official distance is actually 8 laps. So it's after 8 laps we've had this distance. Okay. Absolutely have to take that headset off as quickly as I can because it's what happens. It's a memory foam headset, so it's quite comfortable. But after a couple of hours, it digs into your ears because it needs to stretch itself out again. So take that off quickly. Well, what a very dramatic day we've had here for the Quick Fit British Touring Car Championship. There's your results, as I said. They are correct. Look how many drivers are out, though. 22 to 28 were out. So Sutton, Osborne, Butel, Mitchell, Hamilton, Butcher and Boardley. 7 cars out of the race. Tom Ingram ended that race 49 seconds down in total as well. So the red flag comes out for a second time in this race and concludes the race on lap 9 of 12. Well, Senna Proctor is a winner. We've had 3 different winners here today for the Quick Fit British Touring Car Championship. Race number 1 was won by Dan Rowbottom. Race number 2, further back as well, won by Rory Butcher, who got taken out in this race. And race number 3 has been won by Senna Proctor. My thanks to all of you for watching today. Join us at 10:45 or maybe 10:50, very late on this evening, for the Formula 1, the Hungarian Grand Prix review. We need a couple of hours off as well. Well, join us on the Grid Network, though. That show is coming up within the next half hour as well, so join us for that. That's going to be fantastic. And, of course, at 9 o'clock British Summer Time on BBB Esports on Twitch, you can join us for myself and Carter Lundy commentating on the first round at Hungary of the Champions Series. My thanks to you all who are here today. The championship has been thrown up in the air for the British Touring Car Championship. We'll do it all over again in 2 weeks' time as we head over to McScotland for the Knockhill race as well. Thanks for your company. It's goodbye to you all.